I'm Anne Green. I'm from the Institute for Employment Research at the University of Warwick in the United Kingdom. And what I'm going to speak about is a case study of South and East Lincolnshire in the East Midlands region of England. Now, this is an interesting region for a case study. It's located on the eastern side of England. It has traditional industries which are in decline, in particular agriculture, and also seaside tourism since the period when many people have gone to more reliable weather in resorts in the Mediterranean. This has posed challenges for the region and the local area. What's particularly interesting about this region and this local area is that the local area lags behind the region in terms of productivity. The school system in terms of producing young people does relatively well. People have relatively high level qualifications at school age. But then, because there's a lack of jobs in the local area, they tend to move away to other areas. Now, this leaves a less qualified population behind. Now, the issue that is faced in this particular area is that of a low skills equilibrium. There's a low demand for skills, so a local skills strategy has partly to address the issue of raising employers' demand for skills. And this is reflected in the quote that one of the stakeholders suggested to me. It's summed up by the proposition, "We grow cabbages, we just need people to pick them." Therefore, if that's the kind of attitude, there doesn't seem to be much incentive for people to upskill, and employers aren't demanding that many higher level skills. Now, in terms of how the area is reflecting this and trying to address this issue, it's working on a number of different issues. First of all, trying to get the small and medium-sized enterprises to collaborate, to focus much more on how can they meet training needs that they might have, how they might address marketing issues on a collaborative basis. This is to overcome some of the difficulties that are faced in a peripheral area where the cost of delivery of particular training courses or addressing particular things is quite difficult. So that's one thing they're trying to do. Another thing is trying to raise enterprise skills in schools and colleges amongst young people. So the idea there is to make the idea of enterprise more attractive to young people so that they know what's involved. There is a big issue in the area that has attracted migrants recently from Eastern and Central Europe. Now, the horticulture industry, which is very predominant in the area, they faced a lot of skill shortages, hard to fill vacancies. And what's happened is that the Eastern European migrants have filled these vacancies, and as a result, unemployment levels, which were very low, have gone up slightly amongst the local population. And there is a clear effort and concern to try and integrate local people into the labour market to try and overcome this kind of deprivation. So there is that issue there. Some of this is to do with highlighting skills gaps amongst those young people, trying to address the soft skills that employers might want to take forward. So that is a concern in the area. And also, we get economic downturn. There's an issue also about what will happen if the migrants go home. So that's another issue. And particularly, what is also interesting, in the horticultural sector, a local college has been absolutely central in trying to raise the food industry and food processing industry, focusing attention there to try and raise skills in that industry, to raise skill levels right from basic skills, English language training for migrants, and also higher level scientific skills. So there's been a particular focus on this sector of horticulture to try and raise productivity there, to raise skills issues across the board and try and make that a productive sector across the piece. And that's an integral part of the skills strategy.